Hey everyone, Tony here. This video is brought to you by Mortal Kombat 11, the latest installment in the critically acclaimed franchise, providing a deeper and more personalized experience than ever before. The all-new custom character variations give you unprecedented control of your fighters to make them your own. Featuring a roster of new and returning classic fighters, Mortal Kombat's best-in-class cinematic story mode continues the epic saga over 25 years in the making. MK hit stores on April 23rd for PS4, Xbox One, PC, and even Nintendo Switch, so go check it out.
The arena. The squared circle. Sweaty, oiled bodies clashing against one another for the delight of rednecks and alt-comedy hipsters. Who will take home the title, the world championship, the belt? This is Table Pop. Hey everybody, I'm Brian Miller. I'm your host and game master, and this is Table Pop. This is our RPG show where we play role-playing games based on pop culture properties that don't tend to deserve them, or sometimes popular role-playing subgenres that we just think will be fun anyway. Right now, I'm so excited to introduce our players/wrestlers. First up, he sits next to me most of the time during the day. His name is Eli Unin. Today he is playing the Russian big boy, Sergey Botkovich. Next up, we've got the only one among us who knows anything about wrestling, Kath Barbadoro. She hosts WrestleSplania and What a Time to Be Alive, both phenomenal podcasts. But today, she's joining our podcast to play Summer Shavasana. I'm not sure I got that right, but it's fine. We'll fix it later. And finally, Carolyn Page. She loves Magic the Gathering and making goofy faces at me when I'm trying to stay silent for sound checks. She's joining us as the Cheesemonger, the most ridiculous character I've ever seen. You can stop now. It's
Fair enough.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Table Pop. Again, I just did that, but we're back. How's everybody doing? Kath, thank you so much for joining this very stupid show.
Thank you. I don't totally know what I'm in for, but I'm wearing a cool wig, so I'm excited about it.
There you go.
Imagine doing a podcast with you.
It's a very strange scenario to be. This is weird, though. Usually you're on this side of me,
Yeah,
so I
it's
feel
really
comfortable.
sits off. We should have made sure that they were synchronized, our seating arrangements for
Yeah.
the extended Kath Barbadoro podcast universe, which continues to expand by the day.
Yeah, I'm planting a flag in this territory. It is now part of the Kath Barbadoro extended podcast universe.
Wonderful.
So,
That's the only
thank you.
universe I want to be a part of.
Same.
Great. Hell yeah. So, Kath, you are also, like I said above, you're the only one among us who actually knows a lot about wrestling.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how well we manage to translate this into like an accurate portrayal and how off the rails it goes.
Yeah, I'm excited. Please, like at any point, if I am nerding out too much and getting too into the minutia of wrestling,
Do it.
just like slap me on the hand and
Just
I'll
go
stop.
for it, dog,
No,
man.
nerding
We need
out
a
is the whole.
No,
that's our whole thing.
Yeah, we slap the table and then you grab your hand, right? That's
Yeah,
how-
that's
like,
really we work it. Yeah, actually,
I've been punished.
You act like you're slapping my hand, but you slap your leg.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
like you're slapping my hand.
Here, wait, let's try it. Act like you're nerding out too much.
Okay. Well, so Minoru Suzuki, when he was young, he was.
Wow.
That
We're
was.
wrestlers.
You know what it's called when you pretend to get hit when someone slaps their leg?
What?
And I'm like, psh, then you have to sell. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Acting like you're hurt. It's called selling.
I feel like we're in extremely good hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I gotcha.
Great. Guys, you want to introduce the wrestlers that you'll be playing as tonight real fast? I kind of want to go over the basically the situation we're in is that Dorkly started their own wrestling league, the Dorkly Wrestling Domination League, and it was a huge mistake. We shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
It was a huge waste of resources. We weren't prepared for it. So this is the championship match. Tickets way overpriced. This might be the last one though. If you guys don't put on the greatest show that's ever been wrestled,
It's shutting down for good, and you guys are going to work security for the rest of your lives. Pressure is on. By the end of this show, not only will we find out who gets the title belt, we'll also find out if the audience just hates the show, and we will never...
We certainly will find that.
Vocal people on the internet.
Sorry, I apologize. Without further ado, Eli, who is your big burly boy?
Well, first of all, these surprisingly are not prescription.
Yeah, Eli, you can put those glasses
For
on.
anyone's audio only, you're full what's his name, Jordy?
Jordy Visor, yes.
Yeah. So I may have to take them off and put them on when I'm in character, but today, what?
I saw when we were devising our characters, you just had a bullet on yours that just said, robot eye, question mark?
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed
I really
that.
swung for the fences, and Visor's a good second. I looked up, I was like, I feel like that's makeup or something, but then I was like, oh, that's like something you'd win an Oscar for, and not something we do here in Tabletop. But my character today, I am wrestling as Sergey Botkovich. I am the one-man Twitter farm. I run multiple fake Twitter accounts and confuse your parents, tell them fake things. That's what it is like. I tweeted I'm a heel, obviously. I guess depending on your allegiances. So I would do like, I tweet your mom, tell her Earth is flat. That sounded like the stuff I would do. And then your mom would call you and be like, is the Earth flat? And you'd be like, Mom, it's me. And my style of wrestling is power, big and strong.
Amazing. Kath, who are you?
I today am Summer Shavasana, a raw foodist yogi who is here to convert my fellow wrestlers away from their destructive carnist habits. And I'm a pacifist, but in order to fight for the rights of all living souls on this planet, and convince you guys to stop eating meat, I am prepared to resort to force.
Yeah.
So
It's like bombing a country to stop a war. It's
exactly.
just you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sound pretty pro-life there, too. You got a real interesting political takes here from our heels.
Well, we're a tag team here, heel tag team.
Yeah.
We originally met when I convinced her to vote for Jill Stein.
Yeah.
I've also turned you against vaccines, I think.
Oh
probably.
yeah. I have all the
Vaccine.
crystals I need. I
Yeah,
don't need
yeah.
vaccines.
Vaccine has disease in it. Mercury. So much mercury. That's our DMs are leaked.
Yeah. No, it actually works out great because most wrestling promotions are terrible to work for and don't give any of the wrestlers health insurance. So I'm very cheap because it's all homeopathic.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's fine.
You're doing Reiki on your shattered leg.
Exactly.
And finally, in a big cheese hat, what's your deal, man?
I'm the cheesemonger, a noble cheese-based queen, here to teach you the fondues and fondon'ts of life. And as a mold-based character, I'm definitely pro-vaccine.
That's really what all of this comes down to.
Yeah. So
That's what we're going to settle today.
I'm the face, which is, as I've learned this past week, the good guys in wrestling. And the heels are the bad guys.
Yeah. So the way it's been described to me is that, generally speaking, the heels are people who disrespect wrestling, and the faces are people who respect wrestling.
Gotcha.
And every wrestling
Gotcha.
match is just a battle for the honor of wrestling as a concept.
Yeah.
I love this, and the more that you describe it like an anime, the more into it I
It
am.
is
That is, yeah.
100% an anime.
Yeah, I'm in.
Wrestling is an anime. That's
Completely.
Amazing. So let's do a quick previously on, because of course storylines stretch multiple matches, right? So how did we end up in a situation where the cheesemonger is taking on Sergey and Summer
So-
in a championship match?
This was originally supposed to be a 2-on-2 match, and my teammate, the Dairy Damsel, who's a milk-based character. These guys, you somehow.
oh yeah, we're probably
We jumped her backstage.
Where is
Yeah.
teammate? I thought it was 2v2.
I don't know.
But
I
you
mean,
guys
happened?
have her tied up or something.
milk does make you very slow, intellectually and physically. Lactose, dairy, it's really unhealthy. She's probably on the toilet somewhere.
Yeah.
Not through any devising of on our part. She's just probably, busy dealing with her body shutting down from putting a cow's pus inside of it.
That's a cow's
Oh,
pus.
God. That's not
this
true.
is another heel turn. I'm like turning into camera. Like, kids at home, do not drink milk.
No, it's bad for you.
Bad for you. Drink.
Drink lemonade with a little bit of cayenne pepper and maple syrup.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Yes. Eat cayenne pepper, children. Yes.
So, is there a risk that the fight just won't happen? Are you like throwing in the towel, or like what's spurring you on?
The
to-
cheesemonger never backs down. Also, you guys are super wrong. A lot of people eat dairy. A lot of cultures rely on dairy all the time. And for
They're wrong.
thousands of years, cheese was even used as a means to transport salt, which was a currency in a lot of places.
You really did your
That's
research.
true. I do know a lot about cheese.
I was really expecting a cultures joke like yogurt based thing there. But fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Salt, while not coming from an animal, is also not good for you because it tastes good and therefore it can't be healthy.
Trust
I'm
her,
sorry.
she is very anemic. That's one of the problems that we have is like your weakness in the ring is that you are like super, you bleed so easy.
My bones just snap because I have no calcium.
Yeah.
I have strong bones.
All right, so the stakes are set. I think we have to do one of the most important things that I know of with wrestling and my limited knowledge. I think we have to go backstage and cut some promos real fast,
Oh, yeah.
just to see how hyped up we're going to get the audience beforehand. So let's go backstage.
The stage is going back.
Stage is
back.
going back to
Stage
us.
come back to
Coming
us
back.
by a masked man. Eli, would you like to go first?
Oh, hello everybody, it's Sergey Botkovich, your favorite wrestler, very good. Today we are supposed to fight Cheesemonger. The only thing stinkier than her cheese is her fucking personality.
You're nailing it.
Yeah, she come in, she ruined the locker room, whole locker room smell like fancy shop. No, it's bad. She spread, don't eat milk, don't eat cheese, only eat meat and almonds and, kids, listen to me. 3 things in this world is true. Meat is good for you, milk is bad for you, and, George Soros pay for, lizard people take over government. And then I want to have some like I just start. I don't know. I should have learned like a Russian. Like,
Amazing. Unbelievable. So Summer.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Backstage, for coming to me. First of all, namaste. Thank you all for being present with me this evening. I'm so glad we could all come together in this space. But now that we're here, I need to talk to you about something very important, and that is animal product consumption. This cheesemonger. First of all, monger is a disgusting word. I have never monged in my life, okay? Second of all, cheese, as I said, is terrible for you. It makes you fart, which is disgusting and something I personally have never done. And second of all, it misaligns your chakras. It ruins your chi. It's disgusting. And what this cheesemonger is promoting is bad for society, okay? You can't make cheese without heating the pus of a cow to a certain degree, which, as I have said many times, destroys the nutrients in food. Why drink milk when you can just press some almonds overnight and then put them in a blender and then put that in your latte? Am I right? I mean, this is ridiculous. Everyone thinks she's good. She is a faker. She is a liar, and I am here to put a stop to it.
Love it. Cheesemonger, you gonna stand for that?
No way. America stands for a few things: nachos, freedom, poutine, which is Canadian, but still cheese curds. No, we will not stand for this. We're not gonna let these Russians and these fucking hippies take our nation and our cheese. Cheese whiz, American cheese. I'm gonna fight For you. For wrestling. For cheese.
Amazing.
Great work, everyone.
So now we can go back back in the front of the stage. Backstage has to go. Thank you, Backstage.
Goodbye, Backstage.
Thank you, Backstage.
Cheesemonger, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So usually tag teams, they usually have a name associated with them.
Good cue.
What is your tag team name?
I mean,
With the Dairy Damsel.
I think the Cow Pow.
The cow.
That feels
that.
right.
Yeah.
What do you think ours is?
what's
We were
your
talking
team
about.
I mentioned one over there that I enjoyed,
Yes.
which was the Jill Stein WMDs.
Jill Stein WMDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're here
yeah.
to fight for her honor. And she also a fellow Crystal believer, from what I know.
Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Cool. Super political today.
Yeah, I think we're
like
going
it.
to solve all of the political ills of the nation through cheese and Russians.
We're
Yeah.
also here to announce the table pop. We're running in 2020.
Yeah.
The three of us are running for co-president, and then each week we'll have a guest president on to be
that's a
president
great
with us.
idea.
Yeah.
And it's role-playing games have a root in tactical war games, not a Anyway,
teaches you a lot about diplomacy, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
all right.
Put some D&D players in charge.
And lying teaches you about tactics and lying.
There you go.
This is how negotiations would go with most D&D players that I've had. Be like, okay, we got a letter from attack them. I attack.
I'd like to have sex with that
Yeah.
farmhand, please.
I seduce Korea. Is that roll for Korea?
Roll for Korea.
And then just the constant. Do you do that? Do you,
Yeah.
Do you do
Sure.
that? So, a quiet goes over the stadium. The national anthem is sung by some very
People are
sea-level.
crying at it.
No, you want to hear something great about WWE? This makes me laugh a lot. So instead of doing the national anthem, they sing "America the Beautiful," and my theory on that is because WWE is a fake sport, they sing the fake national anthem.
I love
Very
that.
good.
It's really funny to me.
I love
Like I
that.
have no idea. I think Vince McMahon just likes it better or something. But it's like, yeah, no, you sing the fake approximation of the thing for the fake
That's
approximation
amazing.
of the
Wow.
sport. It's beautiful.
So, the announcers are getting ripped up into a frenzy, kind of summing up everybody's motives. So, who would get the first introduction? Would you guys come out as a pair? Would you come out separately? Would we introduce our hero first? How does that typically go?
I feel like you're still looking for Dairy Damsel.
Oh, good
right?
point.
Yeah, dramatically like.
So we're coming
Looking
out. We know
backstage.
that we did something. I want it to be one of those way over the top things from wrestling where they're like, where's your partner? And then they threw them in a pit or something.
I just find a milk
we get a
pail
video
full of
package
blood.
of that?
yeah. We mailed her somewhere.
We do a backstage promo and we there's a backstage segment of us capturing her and I don't know, mailing her to Facebook HQ or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
think of some we get her on WebMD and convince her she has a chronic condition.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what
exactly.
my move is, and then you just
God.
attack her.
I concern her. I show her lots of of those images on the internet that's just a leg with a sock on it that says are you going to die?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you are wearing sock. No. Maybe get check out.
Yeah, and then she realizes she has chronic Lyme disease and she retires.
Yeah, she's gone forever.
So this video package is playing out for the audience as the music begins to swell. What I want you guys to do is one of you can choose, make a tights roll. Basically, all the characters have a number. If they and the two stats are tights and fights. Stole this from a game that is going around the internet called Tights and Fights that's really fun. But if you are rolling tights, you want to roll under your number. If you're rolling fights, better at physical stuff, you want to roll over your number. I'm going to have one of you of your choice take 2 dice and roll tights.
Eli, you want to do it? You want me to do it?
Let me just put on my real glasses.
And this is what we're gauging is how audience response.
Okay. We want to get under our number, right? So I have a higher.
For tights, yes.
I have a higher number than you, so I should roll.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm very well balanced. I'd be
Wow.
the starter character if this was a video game.
You're the
already
creator wrestler.
Yeah, but you're really
strategizing.
good at tights.
So
tight stuff.
I get 2 dice.
Yes, and you want to roll, hopefully, ideally, both dice are under your number.
Okay. 4 and what's the other one?
5.
4 and 5. Okay, my number is 5, so one of them is under.
Okay, so one of them is under. So the audience is feeling it out, but
All right.
also we hit on one of the most important mechanics of this game is when you roll your number, something happens.
Something happens.
I should have rolled that here, but I didn't. Okay.
You rolled
so
a 1?
I rolled a 1.
Okay. Wow.
So I have a
He has a
table.
table.
I have a table of things that could go down. We'll deal with that when the time
Yeah.
is appropriate.
It's like wild magic, Kath,
Yeah.
don't you know? Yeah.
Sure.
It's just like wild
I get
magic.
it.
Okay, so we'll deal with that when the time is right. But the audience is like, they're all right. They're warming up.
They're going to see where it goes.
Yeah.
I think so.
A couple
I
of them
think
are
so.
still like getting beers and like they're
Right.
not like
Yeah,
sitting
filing
down
in.
yet. Yeah.
Right. So moving on with your entrance after the video package. What
right.
happens after that airs?
I imagine there is a mashup of our two entrance themes, which yours is like that like Russian dance music.
Yeah.
But then it switches into like
Spa type stuff.
I'm imagining those like Tibetan singing bowls.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of that.
Really close to. I was just imagining sort of like the Russian dancing song played on Tibetan singing.
Yeah,
bowls.
okay, that's our
Do
entrance
we
music.
have Tibetan? We have a college class on Tibetan Buddhism playing the singing bowls for
Yes,
us.
yeah. They're part of our entrance. And then occasionally, when things get rough, we do whack people with the Tibetan singing bowls, and they make that noise, and it's
like,
really good.
boom. Yeah, I also fucking high five Jack Dorsey like right on my way out of the tunnel.
Yeah, he's in the front row.
Yeah, I was like, he may be involved in the match later, please.
Jack Dorsey does a run in,
Yeah.
but he's like, doesn't he like fast all the time now? So he just like breaks in half like a
Yeah,
twig.
he's actually. I use Twitter all the time, and you're his like nutritionist. You tell him what he can eat. And
That's
what he
how we
can't
know. That's how we know him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's on our side. So we both high five Jack Dorsey.
Eat. Yeah, CEO of Twitter, if anybody doesn't know.
Yes, CEO of Twitter, and then we make our way to the ring to I'm imagining a rain of booze because we're the bad
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Which that
I'm
means we're
embracing them.
successful. Yeah.
Oh, I
so.
thought you said a
have-
rain of booze, like people were pouring alcohol.
Throwing beer.
Like, that sounds awesome.
Too.
I'm like, I have like a big jar that says like booze on it, and I'm like pretending to gather them into the jar.
Oh my god.
And then I smash the jar.
Man,
Okay, what do you
I
think
would adore if someone did that in real wrestling. I would adore it.
I want you to make a
This
tights
is just
roll.
us auditioning for wrestling, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not putting this much effort in.
Eli, that's pretty good. I want you to make a tights roll for me. So you're gonna roll under your number.
Okay, how many dice?
You're gonna roll 2.
All right. I love that this bounces like you almost wait. That's when you got to do the like sell is like
Yeah.
or something, you know.
Those dice are doing a springboard
Okay.
moonsault. And
So
then-
tights is under.
Yes.
One,
so
but
you have
not-
1 success.
Yeah, one success.
So you're not really stirring the crowd either way. You're getting the booze. You smash the jar. A couple people cheer, or respond to it. But it's a tough crowd so far,
Yeah.
guys.
yeah, they're still apprehensive.
the GIF will do well on the internet. I'll
Right.
say that.
Ultimately, I am keeping track of successes and failures. We want more successes than failures throughout this whole match.
Just like life.
So, just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
life. The lights go dark again. Cheesemonger, what does your entrance look like?
All right. The stadium goes completely dark. It's pitch black. Then spotlights, yellow spotlights.
Oh God.
Come on. It looks like a big piece of Swiss cheese with holes in it. Then a veined blue light somehow comes on. I'm in a spotlight. and then there's like smoke billows out. And then I come out and just start throwing wheels of cheese into the audience.
Great.
Or maybe mini baby bells because I don't want to hit
Question
anybody.
though, was there a spotlight next to you where your tag team partner was supposed to be?
Yes. I look at it sadly and like take a moment of silence for myself. And then I just fucking raise my hands to the adoring crowd and they love it. You fucking love it.
Great. So you're walking out, you're throwing cheese wheels.
Yeah.
I want you to take 2 dice and roll tights.
Let's do this.
So you're gonna need
All right. So my
Okay.
number is 4, so I got 1 hit and 1 under. I got a 4 and a 1.
Great. So 4 is your number, which once again means something happens. Okay, and we will deal with that.
It's like a whole fucking
Ooh,
I'm
a
excited.
lot of
Tumblr
anticipation.
of all these different things. All right.
Goes under the stock.
Yeah, the stack.
second two
I was
goes on
going
the
to avoid
stack.
the magic. They'd be like, Magic the Gathering is applicable here. Yeah.
Great.
But they don't resolve in reverse order, so I didn't even.
Oh my god. Can I slap your hand now, please?
So is there a moment of like face-off as Cheesemonger enters the ring? Do you guys discuss anything?
Oh yeah, I think I'm like loving the crowd, and the crowd's loving me. We're like having a moment, and then my eyes I see these two fucking bad guys, and I just look at them, and I'm full of cheesy rage.
I'm trying to think what the worst thing you do to cheese is.
Not wrap it in wax paper.
Yeah.
You put it in a plastic bag so it gets all humid.
Yeah, we get a big plastic bag and put it over.
Whoa.
Sorry. We have to.
The
Leave
first
it on the
murder
counter
on
and roaches come. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm just pretending she smells very bad.
Yeah. I'm fake vomiting because I can't be in the presence of dairy without my fibromyalgia acting up. So
She's dry heaving. I'm like, ugh.
Great. So a ref quickly right before the match starts, first off brings a ladder into the arena.
oh shit. Okay.
And then the cage drops. You guys weren't expecting a cage match,
Oh,
but this
shit.
just got real.
I like this because those are two like very contradictory things to have happen. A ladder usually means there's something in the ceiling that you're trying to get, and then a cage
No.
means you can't get there.
That's
so great.
The cage is the exact height of the ladder.
Yeah.
Just formed. Yeah. Did we also not know there was a cage match? Is this our
Did you or
doings?
I think it was randomly rolled, so I think
Yeah,
this
that's
was
what
very sudden. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but that's what's happened was there's a miscommunication where I thought I was like, we're gonna secretly make a cage match, and you were like, yeah, ladder match. And
Yeah.
now,
And we're like,
and now
what?
it's both.
The cheesemonger
Classic.
says something about being used as a bait for these rats, and now we're all trapped in a cage together.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And I just pointed her and pointed at the fence. I go, I will grate you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like this personally helps me as an empath and creative thinker to.
This is a good heel because I fucking hate this character.
I think we'll find some inventive uses for these things. I think I will grate you definitely. You can put the ladder, like set up the ladder so that you can climb to the roof of the cage, and then we can like battle on the roof of the cage and then throw her off.
Oh yeah,
sick.
Yeah,
I
Mick Foley
can't tell
style.
when you're in character and when you're just like, here's a plan.
Here's a good question. What are we determining as winning?
Isn't that what your
dying.
job is? This is your whole job.
Yeah, you're the
game
ref.
master.
Yeah, all right.
How do you watch 5 hours of wrestling and not figure out who won?
They were different every time. The rules were different sometimes. Kath, what would be a common win condition? Are we pinning somebody? Are they tapping out? Or?
Well, like I said, in a ladder match, usually there's something like maybe there's something suspended from the top of the cage that we have to get.
Okay.
Or it can be like you have to get out of the cage, maybe. Or we could do just like regular pinfall submission. We could do that too.
I like the grab it. There's something at the top of the cage.
Okay.
Maybe you
It's,
grab the lever that lifts the cage.
Maybe
we have to like fight
yeah.
our way out.
Maybe there's
Okay.
a ladder on top of the cage
Maybe there's
Lots of ladders.
Yeah.
a wheel
Are
of
there any
cheese. Shoots and
Forget
ladders
the
match.
ladder match. This is a shoots match, motherfucker.
Yeah, so in wrestling, shoot means a real fight. So I like that too. Of like, we're gonna have a shoot fight, and people are like, "Oh wow, you're gonna really fight?" And no, there's slides.
But also, it's like, can you imagine how painful it'd be to go down one of those like plastic playground slides in like all skin?
Oh, it's all streaky.
It's like,
Everybody's
it'd
so
be good.
oiled up though. It's fine. They're all
yeah.
like
a good point.
lubed when they go
like
out
go
there.
firing out of the.
I got the cheese
right.
sweats. I'm all lubed up from the cheese sweats.
Oh, a shiny, moist cheesemonger.
You love it. You love it.
I
Yeah,
just
we're all
have a
confused,
nice.
like, why are you a face? You're like, yeah.
I just have a nice glow from my hot yoga. So
Yeah.
I'm just perspiring, but like in a Instagram friendly way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I like. All right, on top of the ladder, suspended from the cage is a switch that will open the cage.
Okay. I feel like at this point we could just employ game theory to get out of the cage. We just all work together to lift the lever.
Well, the match begins. Cheesemonger, what do you do?
All right, the cheesemonger is gonna remove her cape because it's very itchy. So cheesemonger's just prepping. Like that's
That's
the
the
cheese.
use of an action.
You've got it because you have to take the cheese out and let it rest and get
Great.
to room temperature.
Great.
So that's
So,
mainly just like warming
guys,
up.
the cheesemonger is taking her sweet time.
Just resting.
Giving us a clear opening here.
What do you do?
I'm gonna run at her. I'm gonna try to get her in a headlock. Do some chain wrestling. Soften her up. Get her tired. You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I give you a boost by doing like the Russian dance where I kick you. and
Oh
you
yeah,
go, like,
toward her. Yeah. You
zoom
launch
into
me
it.
toward
Yeah,
her.
I do like it's a special move I've developed where it's like, you know how Russian dancing you're like one leg at a time?
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
drop kick where I do both with my arms crossed.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sergey, I want you to roll one die. You're gonna roll fight, which is over your number. If you succeed, Kath will get an extra die on her roll.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
Wow.
6.
Yeah.
That's as
Great.
many over as I get. You get
Great.
launched.
I go flying across the ring toward that cheesemonger.
So Summer, I want you to take 3 dice and make a fight roll, which is over your number.
Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Her number's a 5.
Yes.
So that's gonna be hard to get over.
Yeah, I'm a 5, so I'm very charismatic, but I'm not good at fighting.
A 4, 5, 6. We got a full house.
So does one that is your number, it does the crazy thing, but is that also a push effectively? Like it doesn't
Or a
It's
straight.
yeah,
give you a
it's a
point?
It's a
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he launched me, but now I was only somewhat effective.
It's so the thing is, whatever you want to do basically takes effect. You're all capable
Okay.
fighters. The audience isn't that excited about it. It's a very
Yeah,
like
okay.
everyone's like receptive and like paying attention, but
Well,
it's
this is just
still
the opener. We
lukewarm.
gotta, we're
right, of
feeling each
course.
other out, you know.
Yeah.
So okay.
Okay. So, because also something happened.
Was this something the cage?
Yes.
Okay.
In the ladder.
Yeah, I
In the
thought
ladder.
so. I thought
Okay,
so.
cool.
It's gonna end up being every type of match at the same time.
Okay. So over in the corner, Jack Dorsey is continuing to just.
He's taking it in.
Yeah, he's taking it. He seems particularly excited, but he's like looking over his shoulder. Something might go down there. So what? So you have now the cheesemonger in a headlock?
Yeah.
Okay. Cheesemonger, what do you do?
Whoa. The cheesemonger's gonna remember that she's like full of holes and like that stuff.
Is this
From
a full
cheese?
like physical?
So I'm just gonna be
Yeah.
like try and slip out of the headlock, and then also do the it's my specialty move called the grilled cheese, that I'm gonna try and like flip over her and then flip her over to like smush her and be on top
It's like
of
a
her.
sun. What's it called? Isn't that a thing?
Yeah, it's kind of a sunset flip.
Yeah.
A little bit of a sunset flip.
Modified
Yeah.
sunset flip. That's a grilled cheese.
All
That's a
right.
grilled cheese.
Sweet.
There you go.
A pretty basic move, not a great finisher, but all right. All right.
Okay. Sunset flip sounds
It's like a grilled cheese. It's not a full meal.
a delicious
Yeah.
drink. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's why we're starting. I didn't go with finisher right away. I
Yeah,
went headlock.
yeah.
I got moves coming up. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay.
So Cheesemonger, would you say that this is dispensing justice?
Yeah, I mean they're the villains.
Great.
Everything I do is for justice.
Basically, on your character sheets, beneath your name, there is a phrase, which if you manage to evoke this in your move, you get to use an extra dice.
Yeah.
So I want you to make a fight roll. So
Okay.
it's over your number.
Okay.
You're doing it in front of people. It's risky, and you are dispensing justice, so you get 3 dice.
Okay. Sweet. Ooh, no.
Okay. So that's 1 over.
Okay.
Yeah, I got one.
So as
one
long
over.
as you get 1 over, you're kind of fine. That like
Yeah,
saves
you
it.
don't
All right.
lose anything. Like you're not. Everyone is still like sort of the same level
Okay.
of
You
engaged.
You didn't
Yeah.
fuck up the grilled cheese.
Okay.
It happened.
The grilled cheese happens. Boom. Summer
you
hits
don't-
the mat.
Yeah, but I don't get pinned because she didn't get.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
And like the audience, it's still just man. Some moves got to go down because you're not losing them, but they're not psyched up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Jack Dorsey sat back down.
So what, you're on the ground. You
So I'm on the
sunset
ground.
flipped her.
I have an
All right.
idea though.
What is it?
It's a secret. All right. So her move like went over, but I'm not getting pinned. So like I get back up. You're gonna help me again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do. You're like standing here, right? I get up. I do a spinning DDT. You push my leg off so I
What
can
is that?
spin. I basically grab her head, spin around, drop her head on the mat, and then she falls backwards. And that, my friends, is the corpse pose. Thank you.
I feel like we were all like, you'll be better at the, but you also like know more things to do to people because you watch wrestling. We're always like, we throw them hard, and you're like, I manipulate their limbs and put them in.
Well,
All right,
I'm a high flyer. That's like a little bit of a high flying move. Like I do a little like flippy spinny thing.
Okay, does the style? Does the style?
Yeah, let's say the style plays in. It's either the style
Right.
or the attribute.
So
but,
what did you want me to do with?
So
help?
you basically just like I'm like kind of jumping, like I hit the turnbuckle with my feet and sort of walk sideways, and you just push my foot over so that I can keep spinning.
Oh, yeah.
And then I
shit.
spike her on the top of her head.
Great,
Yeah.
Sergey, do you want to
Her
make another
crown
help
is
roll?
crushed.
Yeah,
So it's going to be fight. You're going to roll
And
one
that's
dice.
like another part of like a Russian dance, isn't it? Where they twirl. They're like,
Yeah,
ah.
okay. So you spring up and do this, and as you do this, you push my foot.
Yes.
Yeah.
What she said.
So you're going to roll one dice. You're going to roll over your number to give Kath an extra dice.
Yes.
Oh, baby.
My dancing is unparalleled.
So, Summer, for that full move against the cheesemonger, I believe you're going to now get 4 dice.
It's not looking
ready.
good for the
I'm ready.
This
cheesemonger.
really is anime because every time I start imagining one of these moves, it naturally morphs into anime in my
get
head.
the background,
And so
the streaky background.
I have accordions behind me in my background. Yeah.
I have ohm symbols.
Yeah, for everyone that keeps asking for a JoJo episode, this is
This is a
close.
JoJo episode.
This is what
Okay,
for
I
now.
got 2
Interesting.
6s, a
Oh, wow.
3, and a 1.
All right. So, that is a success. We get 1 in the crowd.
I pop them. They get
Fucking
excited.
yes. They go fucking nuts at
love
this. They love it, but they're booing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the reaction you wanted.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
so every cheesemonger, you're on the ground now, I believe. What position do you leave her in?
She fell on her head, and then she kind of like, she was like straight up and down on her head, and then she just slowly kind of went,
Ooh, like a plank.
fell, yeah, like a plank.
So the you hear the announcer just like, "Oh my God, this might be it." Cheesemonger, what's up?
It's time to pull out the big stuff.
Not the big cheese.
Big time.
Cheese, it's
How would
time.
you not do big cheese
Time to
then?
pull out the big
Cheese.
cheese.
Good
I
work.
like the idea that Sergey
right.
is like, "Do not understand."
What would you not say?
So
Like
from
earlier,
the
you said
ground.
poutine. I was like, Putin, we do a joke. I love puns. It's one of my Russian thing. Yeah.
Not
Puns
today.
and minions.
Yeah,
You love-
yeah.
I love minion.
I love Little Minion, the movie film Yellow Little Boy.
So good.
Yes, Yellow Little Boy, big glass. Love him.
Oh,
Sorry.
man.
It's just way off. This is like our podcast now. Like, what are we talking about?
Is it not normally like this? I'm sorry.
It's
I'm
got the
ruining it.
Barbadoro spin on it.
Exactly,
now.
which
It's part of
means
the
you
universe.
don't stay on track, and it becomes about other things.
And the minions mostly.
So I'm on the ground. I just like look up, lock eyes with the camera, shake my head, and as I
do a Jim from The Office.
as I roll over, you see underneath me somehow there's now a huge cheese board. So my style is gimmick with cheese weapons. So I've got this massive cheese board. It's got some grapes on it, maybe a little fig jam, and then a nice big chunk of blue cheese.
The announcer's like, "Where did she get these from?"
Very pungent.
And it's all hot under the lights, under the arena
Yeah.
lights.
So I know while these two fucking schmoes are like looking at each other, laughing their villainous laughs, I look towards the camera and I like look at the cheese, and the audience is like, "Fucking yeah!" or something. You're the audience, so you tell me. And then I take the blue cheese and I just like put it in their faces.
Oh hell yeah, that's gonna be a tights roll for sure.
Okay.
Okay, so
Really, getting cheese in your body at this point, who knows what that would
I
do?
have a very obvious weakness in this match.
Yeah.
so in front of an audience, it's risky. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2 dice.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and your gimmick, so take an extra.
Okay,
one. So
cool.
3 total.
Thank God. I'm gonna roll the blue and the green ones because that seems like more cheese colored.
Do they?
Really? All right. Okay.
Well, veins. You got the coating on a nice, sort of an
my-
Edam that's
I'm
a
gonna
red cheese.
trust the one in the
All
cheese
right, all right, all right.
The veins.
So
Only one?
only one. So
Oh, no, wait. Tights is under.
yes.
Oh, so I got 2.
Oh, you're right. You're
So
right.
4. Okay.
You're right. Okay, so what is your guys' reaction to just cheese in your face?
I hate it.
I'm not a
Are we talking
fan.
about character or me? Both. Not always.
At this point, I
But also the audience is going ape shit for it.
have to tag. I have to tag you in because
Yeah.
I need a minute. I need to consult.
I need a minute.
I need to consult my Reiki healer. I need to.
Taking a mental health.
over in the corner by the ropes.
That's our manager. Our manager is my Reiki healer. I need to
That's,
go.
is a Tibetan bowl that's also like a spit. I mean, that's boxing, but you know.
But yeah, I need to go like consult my spiritual guide because like I need to get realigned because this is really bad. So I
Okay.
tag you in, and it's you now.
I jumped the fucking ropes. And then you got cheese on her. I'm real mad about that. I'm furious. Whew. Man, wrestlers have to do this in real time. Well, they planned some of it. Like, so I'm gonna go after you. I'm trying to figure out what my cool move is gonna be, though. I gotta have a move called the Iron Curtain. That's
Yeah, you do.
unbelievably
Oh, yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
obvious.
Is that just like a clothesline thing?
I can help. Do you want suggestions for what that move could be?
I kind of have a little thing,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
just I'm like pumping up the crowd who hates me, and then what it is I have it isn't a clothesline, but I have like one arm that's like silver, and that's
You have like a robot arm.
and there's like a drapery
Are you
from
just
it.
slowly becoming Colossus?
Yeah, yes. Not legally, but yes. And so there's like a little like iron drapery, like no, okay. My costume imagined here. I'm going through a lot right now. I have a silver arm and it has like little beads hanging off of it, so that it does sort of like a curtain. I'm sorry to draw so much attention to my armpit here, but so I just like iron curtain and just like, hup, and then I just fucking bounce, lean, like I salute. Fall back on the ropes and then launch myself, and I'm running at her with the clothesline.
Oh, nice.
Beautiful. I'm gonna have you roll 3 dice, and that's going
I feel
to
like
be.
like 8 dice, but what that's not the rules.
I'm
Get
gonna-
these cheese dice out of here. 3
have to
red
use-
dice.
Yeah.
Oh my
like
God.
the beloved home country.
This is gonna be a fight roll, so I need you to roll over your number.
2 over my number.
Oh, baby. So once again, crowd loving it. How do you lay Cheesemonger out?
I do both. I clothesline you to the ground, and then I do like a modified drop kick that is the dancing thing again, just like wham, like a heel drop on your fucking.
Oh, you do like a leg drop right on her chest.
But it's a unique leg drop because I catch myself as I do it and then pop straight back up.
Nice.
Beautiful. So the ladder is mostly untouched thus far.
I forgot about the ladder.
Ladder.
I forgot about the ladder.
Oh, I should actually, while she's down, I'll start moving to the ladder.
Great. So, Cheesemonger, you're down. You've been hit. And Sergei is making his way towards the ladder. What do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna do a big, risky move. Okay, I'm gonna
Just
take.
hit all the keywords for extra dice.
What? Strategy. Wink. I take the cheese board that I have, and I'm gonna try. I see him heading for the ladder, so I'm gonna try and like frisbee it to the ladder and cause the ladder to fall over onto him.
Baby. Ooh.
Crafty.
Yeah,
I must admit.
crafty, like craft singles.
It's a pretty good
Crafty with a
move.
K. For
You're in
sure.
the corner, and it's like that thing of when like the wrestler's like trying to get back in the ring.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a Reiki healer holding you back. No.
They're holding me back just like with their proximity. No, stop.
It's like a mime, or just like.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. You're doing something risky. You're in front of an audience, and you're risking it all because, oh man, if this fails, I think Sergei is going to get to the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
So I want you to take 3
I can
dice,
climb.
and I want you to roll. I think this is a tights roll
Okay.
because it's pretty flashy.
Okay. Everything I do is flashy, baby. I'm the cheesemonger. Or something. Here.
That's
Does
an
3 in a
incredible
row
roll.
count?
That is.
Does they get something?
You got all threes?
You
The
got-
same.
All threes.
Oh wait, tights is under.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I did. I
She
got
did
all 3
good.
under.
So, how does basically this play out perfectly? You get 2 audience like hype points. They like everyone stands up. Jack Dorsey's like losing his fucking mind. Popcorn everywhere.
So this happens. The cheese board flies into the ladder, which collapses and goes over Sergei's head, like catching him, pinning him like cartoon style, like Looney Tunes.
Like the Wicked Witch in Wizard of Oz.
Oh,
just your
man.
little feet sticking out.
yeah, this is
With-
now
I'm
fully an
imagining
anime.
Furry boots, little furry Russian
Yeah,
boots
yeah.
like your hat
Yeah.
sticking out.
There's just exactly these. I've got like So I'm besleeved inside this ladder in the rung.
He's pinned, and then I just walk up to him and just punch him in the face.
Great.
It's not even a wrestling. He's punching me.
There's no punching in wrestling?
There's punching.
Technically, you're not supposed to close hand fist punch people.
I
but
saw Ronda Rousey in WrestleMania punch somebody.
It happens. It happens a lot. It's one of those things that's like
It
kind
sneaks
of
by.
allowed. Yeah.
So, Sergey, you've been humiliated. Your ladder conquest bested. What do you do?
I just got punched in the face. I fell over, I assume.
Yes.
Can I start a chant of USA while this happens?
You can make a tights roll. Yeah.
Okay, I'm
gonna-
sorry to like.
I'm just getting.
I'm gonna make it
stomped on
2
here.
Choose
dice.
on your
I'm gonna
turn,
say it's
but-
2 dice.
Okay, I just
It's a
red,
tights
white,
roll.
blue, baby. Okay, only one.
So there is a small smattering of you, but like it's mostly getting swallowed up by the roar of the crowd from the
Okay.
ladder collapsing
Okay.
over. So
Alright.
it's not really just happening.
I'm like caught up like this, right? Okay, you can't see the bottom of me, but I fish my hand into my fucking tights, and I have a phone in there, and I pull out my phone and I open up one of my fake Twitter accounts, and I go,
What's
I'm
he doing?
like- I'm like, oh no, Robert Mueller, arrest Bernie Sanders at WrestleMania. Everyone come quick, help me. And I tweeted out, I have 1 million followers. 45 of them are real people. No, so I tweet that out. I'm just like, come everyone, come to WrestleMania. Come straight into ring. Let no one stop you. I try to cause a riot, basically.
Yeah, go ahead and make a tights roll.
That's my bet. Oh, I'm just like middle. None of these.
I'm gonna have you. Yeah, go ahead, roll 3.
All right.
I like we're being so particular about which dice we roll today.
Is that tights or
Tights
fights?
is under.
That one really.
Ooh.
I won under. So 1 under.
1 under. Yeah, it's like you see a couple people in the crowd just like they can't believe the news. They're checking Twitter themselves.
This is an important question. Is my Reiki healer a follower of his? Because that
Oh,
I think would help.
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
I was
definitely.
also
So
gonna
my
wonder if the
Reiki
ref
healer-
follows me because that also seems relevant.
The ref is also on his phone. He can't believe it. The ref is distracted.
So if my Reiki healer follows you, that means that I'm like now I'm not being held back. The energy force field is released, and I
Yeah.
am once again allowed to come to your aid
Yeah, you're.
because of Robert Mueller arresting Bernie Sanders.
Yeah. So,
Great.
so you're free. I'm still.
I'm
laddered.
trying. I'm lifting the ladder off of you, or
Okay.
I'm trying.
Okay,
I
great.
guess.
Yeah, the ladder can be lifted off,
Okay.
pulled aside, but you're still stuck in this cage with one another. Cheesemonger, what's the move?
Cheesemonger's gonna grab the ladder, comically like run, sort of silly. Cheesemonger's got a silly run.
Comedy character. It's a comedy character.
Runs over to the far corner of the ring and sets up the ladder, and I'm just gonna try and scramble up and make a mad dash.
Okay.
And then maybe like monkey bar across the top of the ladder and pull the
Oh
thing.
man. Oh man.
Whoa, let's go one step at
Yeah,
a time.
I'm
I'm really
Give us some
living through
action.
you.
that's
No,
the
I
case,
realize
yeah.
I'm just trying to make this
Your
all
action
logically.
can't be win.
Okay, so you set up the ladder. You're climbing up it, guys. What's your move?
I Sorry, I just have an action in mind here.
Yeah, go for it.
I absolutely want to Irish whip the ref into the ladder while she's on it.
Oh, good
What's
idea.
an Irish whip?
It's where you like whip. It's right.
Yeah,
Sounds offensive.
you grab their
Russian
arm
whip?
and basically throw them into the ropes or into the ladder or whatever.
Yeah, you can get them going real hard.
It's like
in
a
the
it's like
trick.
a have you ever played like Red Rover?
Yeah.
It's like a Red
Yeah.
Rover.
So the ref is like, no.
It's called the Red Rover. That's my move. Yeah. I Red Rover the ref at the ladder. while she's climbing. Yeah.
So he whips.
Attacking the ref, that's pretty risky.
You know what? I agree. You're also risking it all. I'll give you 4 dice. This is, however, a tights roll.
Exactly 4 red. Why is it
It's
tights
also
roll?
I
I'm
need
hurling a man.
it's very important to know in wrestling. Refs are made of glass, and if anything, if anything happens to them, if this works, like the ref is immediately knocked unconscious and like is incapacitated for a while. Like
Yeah.
they are a delicate people. Refs.
And murder is okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is tights, which is under my number?
Yes.
Oh.
I got
One- you got-
2 on my number and 1 under it.
Great. So the ref slams into the ladder, just out. Cheesemonger, the ladder shakes and you fall off, hitting the mat. And that's when the cage lifts on its own.
What?
The lights in the studio or in the stadium go up. Stadium. Lights in the stadium go up. And so everyone's like in confusion.
It's really
John
trademarked.
Cena.
Yeah.
Even significantly less fanfare. Stepping down out of the crowd towards the ring is Mr. Tony Wilson. Tony, I love money Wilson. Whoa. He's in a suit. He's got his beard. He's got his luscious hair. Slicks back. Guys. Comes under the ropes. We gave this a shot, but this isn't making me enough money. I think the show is over.
What?
No.
Who needs money? Money is the root of all evil.
I agree. That's why we're friends.
Yeah.
I don't subscribe to this capitalist notion that more money equals more valuable. We are doing art right now. We are expressing ourselves. And I think we should express ourselves by joining forces and attacking Tony Wilson.
That's what we're going to do. So
Security!
I'm trying to bring the cheesemonger over where I'm like, money is responsible for unable to import beautiful cheese from other countries.
This is making a lot of sense to
Yeah.
the cheesemonger.
We only can have pasteurized cheese. It makes no sense.
That's true.
Yeah.
I don't like cheese, but raw food is better. And this
Yeah.
pasteurization, it's not good.
Cheesemonger agrees. European cheese unpasteurized is much better. And a lot of the best cheeses we can't even get in this country.
Exactly.
So cheesemonger's on board.
Exactly. Then what are we gonna do to Big Money Wilson? Too
Are we
much
about to
money.
beat
What is
the
it?
shit
I
out
love
of our
money,
boss?
but it's also alternatively big money or money Wilson.
Show me the money, Wilson.
as somebody who also has a beard, I walk over, stroke my beard, look at him, be like, ugh, and I grab his beard and try to yank him to the. That's really violent, but yes, I try to yank him downwards by the beard.
No!
Yeah.
While he's doing that, I wanna team up with the Summer Shavasana and launch her into Tony's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't yank him down. It'll just be like the weirdest hold ever, where I'm just like grabbing his beard and he's like, ah! And then they're setting up their attack.
Yeah.
Money!
So she launches me, and I do, because I'm a high flyer, so I do
Yeah.
I do like a sweet 450.
A lot of training in Mexico, probably luchador background.
Yep. I studied abroad there in college,
yeah.
naturally. So I do like a sweet 450 onto him, and
How many rotations is that?
that's 1.5, I think.
All right.
It's pretty cool. It's a good one. It's a good one. I do that, and that is called the what is that called?
What's it?
Namaste
Flying-
away.
I'm trying to think of it's called the 7th chakra. That's what it's called.
Nice.
Yeah. I just want to throw out at some point, you know how there's like a yoga pose, the happy baby? I think you should have a move called the crying baby.
The crying baby?
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, I definitely wanted to incorporate some, like, really, like, contortionist holds where you, like, tie them up in knots and it's like,
You should have, like,
the crying baby.
yoga-based submission holds where it's just like a nerve pinch or something.
Yeah.
You fuck up their chakra and they have to
Downward
tap
dog
out.
forever.
I would like everyone to take their 3 dice and one by one roll tights. You know what? Or fights. Your choice based on what your final move against Mr. Tony Money, I love money so much, Wilson.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm
And
gonna roll
we'll
fights.
count up your total successes.
All right, I'm rolling fights to be above 3.
And what's your final move?
Hey!
3. I got all 3 above final move. Oh no, come back. No. This is when Jack Dorsey comes in, dude. I tweet at Jack and I go, "You are reported and blocked." And then Jack Dorsey comes in with a
Is that your finishing move? Blocked and reported?
Yeah, blocked and reported. Yeah, there's a soft block, and then this is the full block and reported. And then Jack Dorsey comes in. I take him. I like first put you in a headlock, and Jack Dorsey rubs his goatee on your face. It's real gross. And then
Jack, if you're watching this, please ban Helpful Tony right now. At Helpful Tony.
Yeah, I carry him over to the turnbuckle.
Yeah, there you go.
And I sort of like get him up, hook him up on the so with his head outside of the ring, and then I tweet out to the whole audience, and I go like, "Everyone, come down, give him a slap." And the entire audience lines up single file. It takes like 30 minutes. They all slap him in the face. And then I have a big stamp that I stamp on his forehead and says blocked.
Sweet.
Elaborate stuff, folks.
Yeah.
Kath and Cheesemonger, final moves to save the Dorkly wrestling domination.
Okay, I'm gonna roll tights. And should I tell you what I'm doing after I roll or now?
Tell me after. We'll reflect
okay.
it based on the rolls.
Okay. Rolling tights. Under 5. Come on, baby. 6, 3, 4. So 2.
Okay. So pretty solid.
Okay, so my final move is I haven't brought out any weapons yet, and I've been secreting my homemade raw tahini salad dressing
Oh, shit.
in the corner the whole time. And so what I do is I get him in the crying baby, as we said. After he's been slapped, I pull him out. I lock him up. It's like a toe hold, ankle lock. Like I get his leg, I get his arm. I'm sort of contorting him into like a U shape. And then I pour the homemade tahini salad dressing over his head. And the whole time I'm doing that, I'm just telling him about all of the nutritional facts about it.
Crowd's
All
going
the
bananas.
Vitamins and minerals. So yeah.
Cheesemonger, a big hero.
All right, let's roll it up, and I'll tell you my move after. My fucking finisher.
2, 4, 2.
So, I got 1 hit and then 2 under.
Okay, so your move succeeds however much you would like. How is it too much?
Okay.
Like to the point that the crowd is going, oh no.
Okay, so my finishing move is called Eat 'em and Weep. and I just have some Eat 'em cheese and I just cram it in Tony's mouth. And he's just like maybe choking, and the audience is like, "Oh, we don't want to see anyone die." Maybe is that kind of what you're talking about?
Throws up on the mat.
Yeah. But it's
Nobody wants
around the
that.
cheese because it's like kind of unhinged his jaw, and it's too
the
much.
combo of Edam cheese and raw tahini salad dressing is
Yeah.
too much for him.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. So he just pukes on the mat. Nobody's really a fan of that.
He's coming to the like, fine, we'll keep it going now that I've been assaulted. Oh God. Stumbles out into the aisle.
Oh, we win, guys.
That's
The show will go on.
That's how it works. That's how capitalism works.
Yeah.
It's just through pure brute force. You keep on money losing ventures. Guys, I think we need to give away this belt.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got the mic back.
The wrestling.
I'm so excited to present this belt
Oh my god.
to wrestling as a whole.
Yeah,
I think it's a fun little thing that I think makes people happy. But yeah, everyone can go grab this fun, cool belt.
We all win it?
I think everybody wins it in
Oh,
presenting for
Hooray!
wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah, we win. This is beautiful.
Producer Cassie made that, and it's incredible. You all have to share that. You can all wear it one day and then bring it to each other's houses for the rest of
Summer
your
Shavasana
lives.
is used to communal living and
Yeah,
sharing,
yeah.
so that's fine with me.
I feel like we all became good friends, and like in the narrative twist, they've like convinced me, and I defect, and now I'm a heel with them.
Yeah. So does all of this has happened? It feels very triumphant, but keep in mind the crowd hates this.
yeah, they've been like
No one loves it.
lukewarm
No
most
one
of the
loves it.
time.
They watch someone throw up.
They were like having a little bit of fun in the middle, and then a
Yeah.
man vomited, and they were like, I don't think this is for me.
Like they got wrapped up in it and did that thing where they all slapped him, but now they're like, I just like hurt a man. They're just like, everyone leaving is like, man, that was pretty gross.
It was not what I
Kids
was.
have nightmares that
Yeah.
night.
Somebody's
Yeah.
walking out of just like, man, I thought I was gonna get it. I don't get it.
Kids are crying. Kids with
Yeah.
cheesemonger merch because you were the good guy are like really upset because you turned. They feel really betrayed.
And Tony's just
Yeah.
left in the ring in a pile of his own
Yeah.
sick.
Sobbing.
I think that's the ultimate thing of this match ending in victory, but on the heel side is that this match will live on in infamy, sort of as like one of those matches that just like becomes a lot of GIFs and is on like Daily Motion.
Yeah. It's on like Russian YouTube for sure.
Yeah. There's not like the parent company sort of like is like, oh, we like discontinued that like DVD. We don't make it anymore. It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's one of those like hushed tone matches.
Right.
Yeah.
The next week, everyone just pretends it didn't happen. Like in the storyline, like
Yeah.
none of it.
They just retcon it. And they're like, no, that didn't.
None of your characters are ever heard from again.
New characters emerged. It was just like, who's this very tall masked man
Right.
with a slight Russian accent? That's not his character anymore.
Guys, this was our pro wrestling episode of Table Pop. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Kath Barbadoro, for lending us your wrestling expertise. I know we took that and just threw it in the garbage.
This was really fun. Thank you for having me.
Of course, anytime. If there's anything you would like to see turn into a tabletop role-playing game, hey, let us know in the comments. We'd love to try and butcher it as bad as we just did this. We'll see you next time.
How do you say goodbye in Russian?
I do
До
not know.
свидания.
До свидания!
We're on a list now.